Good morning, Vande Mataram. So, welcome all of you this morning, on this glorious morning, of course. So, because this Raja is gone, now itself we are in a festive mood. Raja is gone, Sital Sashti is gone. So, we are looking forward towards the most oncoming this festive season. So many festivals are coming one after another, starting from, of course, Gundicha Rath Jatra, chariot function. So now we are going to discuss a topic on education and meditation. Very interesting topic we are going to discuss in brief, of course, that is on education and meditation. So people boast of their education, and some people they are pursuing this yogic process. They feel elevated with the process of meditation. Of course, they are interrelated, but they don't know there is something throughout the history. If we analyze, we can be analyze, we can be just appreciate, then we'll find there is, of course, initially there is a tradition, I mean, there is a, of course, differentiation between them. There is some difference, it is existing between them. There is some ego sentimentality is there, and finally there is a merger. They are coming to a closing point, because mother has quoted, work done in true spirit is meditation. So they are on completely inseparable. Education, it includes the process of meditation. In meditation, without meditation, the process of education is incomplete. But thing is that sometimes people who are staying in the outward experience, outward atmosphere, in superficially, they argue they are best. Anyway, still then there is some debate. Will come to conclusion with the mother and Sri Aurobindo's wordings in the last. We'll see how the differentiation and how the difference arises, how they argue with each other, how they quarrel with each other, how they claim their process, their method, and all superior to each other. Anyway, what they have got, some people they have got from education, and other people who have engaged in meditation, what they have got. Of course, educated people having the background of education and all who have acquired the education degree, they also meditate. Anyway, we'll see the differentiate and the differences, and finally we'll come to the conclusion with Mother and Sri Aurobindo's writings. Initially, we have found some 13 points of differentiation. So far, it is with us. We are going to discuss one by one in short interval of time. All education, the educationists, gold medalists from the, they are actually highly placed in their social life, in good job, good status and all. They claim education is important. So who people they are in the blissful position, they are busy with this meditation. They feel education is important, but meditation is more important. That's what is their claim. It is important. Without education, life can proceed. Education is necessary in the field of this life. That is more. That is definitely it is important. But education, meditation is more important. They feel, they claim. And the second point will come, this educationist, they claim education has transformed them, made them civilized. Naturally, without education, it is like a uncivilized life, people who are leading the beastly life. So they feel education has transformed them and made them civilized. At that time, meditationists who follow the paths of meditation, they feel this education has, of course, transformed them and made them realized. It is civilized in the society. In the civilized society, they are getting civilized, but we don't know how they are civilized. It has to be the point of intersection is there, point of interaction there, point of introspection is there, how they are civilized. Anyway, education, the process of education, the aim, objective mode is to create a civilized society. But feel this meditation is to feel it has transformed them and made them realized. They have realized, and so realized the divine, they claim. Again, point number 3, educationists claim they have got a gold medal through this education. And at that time, meditationists, they feel, they claim These are the golden moments any time we are enjoying. You have got a gold medal, that is very big achievement in you for you, and that was only for a short moment when you received your gold medal. That was actually photographed. Your photo came in papers, and that was a big memory. But thing is that when we are in meditation, these are the golden moments. Each day, each time, each day, each dawn, each point of time for us is a golden moment. Each moment is a golden moment for us. Then we are going to the point number 4. The educationists claim they have got a job, they have got eligibility, so they have got status in the society through the education. So at the to their this claim, and please this people with meditational background, they feel they have got life flexibility and flexibility. These are the things. You have got job, you have got eligibility, this is your issue, you are serving, okay, that's good. You are little bit placed, but thing is that with our meditation we have got life flexibility and flexibility. That is the boon, that was the gift of the education, of the meditation rather. So number 5, we gained appreciation. Through education we got appreciation. First, this appreciation is first order, and that time meditationalists, these people who are doing the meditation, they feel they have meditation fostered introspection. They have something, they have gone introspection, the point of introspection, they have gone inside, they have introspected themselves. That has been fostered by the process of meditation. And number 6, this educationist claim we are the good taxpayers, we are the proud persons of the state nation. That time actually these people meditationists, they claim actually we are answered with our prayers are answered. So you are taxpayers, but thing is that meditation has answered our prayers. That was the thing. You are giving, but you are not getting any answer. But feel proud that ego is there. You are the taxpayer. But the thing is that we are getting answers from our prayers. Anyway, number 7, sharpened my intelligence. How? The education, the methods of education, the style, the education has sharpened our intelligence. It is sure intelligence, it is come up right, it is the right thing, but thing is that they should know intelligence is born from the ignorance. Again, this meditationist, they claim deepen my awareness. This meditation deepens our awareness. You have gained intelligence that is based on the inconscience and the ignorance. Thing is that it has deepened our awareness. We have got aware of the deeper truth, hidden truth, and the truth towards which we are really moving. Again, education, they claim, stimulated my person. Education stimulated my persons, and this meditationist, they claim, motivated by compassion. We are motivated by the compassion. That great compassion is there, God's grace is there, we are motivated by it. Again, number 9, that job is fruitful. Educationists claim. That time, meditationists, they feel made life grateful. That's what your job is fruitful, you are happy, but thing is that we are faithful, we are grateful to the divine, that this meditation made our life grateful. Number 10, education made us go-getter. That time a meditationist feel invoke the inclusiveness, not exclusiveness. This is the meditation has invoked inclusiveness. Then number 11, the point, we are colored by the mind. Colored is mind is colored by the education. Then this meditationist in the yogic path, they claim purified my mind. So this mind is purified. This is what you tell of the mind. This is only a surface. That is a reasoning mind. That is only the most the bottommost level of the supermind. So you are living on the only on the surface. But this mind is purified by the meditation. Number 12, pushed me outward. So we have gone outward. We have faced the outside world, and all education helped us. It pushed us. Then actually that time this meditationist, they claim, it pulled me inward. Again, very beautifully. Towards the end we will go. Education showed us actually who I am. So then actually I was known. I knew who I am, what I can do. So this is actually ego. To their ego, the meditationist claim it showed me who really am I. For that only actually it is there. So when Rama went to Vasishtha for education, Vasishtha was sitting simply inside. He is asking, "Who is there? Who are you?" Simply, politely, humbly, Rama is answering. That's what for that is the reason I have come here to know who really am I. So meditation actually shows who am I. So education, and meditation, but they don't know there must be a compromise. The end of education is, of course, meditation. So if we get meditated, this educational process will be more colorful, more brightening, more luminous. So this should go together. Work done in true spirit is meditation. Work done in contact is meditation. Education is a type of work. So to illumine this work, you must be in contact with the divine. So meditation is the process anyway. Then finally, this educationist feel hope meditation will help me in my education. Concentration power will develop and will proceed and will be instead of getting boosted, we must be inward and introspect ourselves. Then this meditationist feel, may the Almighty force shower you with good health, long life, enough wealth, peace, prosperity, fame, and wisdom. That's what the voice of the meditationist, but actually educationist, they feel we have to a lot of things to do. We have to go a long way throughout life. Anyway, we'll find something on education from Sri Aurobindo. Couple of lines we'll see what Sri Aurobindo really speaks. All knowledge is within and has to be evoked by education rather than instilled from outside. Everything is inside, nothing can be taught, all is within. So how shall you, because these books have been written, in library you will find lakhs of books are still sitting falling there. So these are all external education. Thing is that some the real education is within you. So how it will come? It will be coming by yogic process, and meditation is one of them. So even a highest and a completest education of mind is not enough without the education of the body. So that is what is unknown to the people. Mental education, vital education, physical education, psychic, spiritual, and supramental education. Nobody is aware, staying in the surface consciousness. Again, a new center of thought implies a new center of education. As the educationists, they finally accepted that meditation will help us in enlarging from our widening our consciousness. That is what required. Initially they don't, but when they come forward, they think, they meditate, they come into the yogic path, they feel it is necessary. Information can't be the foundation of intelligence. Information, with information only nobody can really proceed in life. So for that, Mother quotes few lines on meditation, what meditation really, how it is helpful. To keep constantly concentrated and integrated attitude is more important than having a fixed hour of meditation. So meditation is required. Why do you sit on meditation? You must be candid and simple as a child while sitting as the meditation. No ego, nothing, no actually frustration, nothing in the movement like this. Nothing interfering in the external mind, and only calmness, expecting nothing, insisting on nothing. Once this condition is there, the rest depends upon the aspiration deep within you. So this meditation, calm child, that calmness will be there, aspiration will be there, and if you call upon the divine, you too will have the answer. That is what. And second, the mother quotes, the increase of time given to meditation is very useful unless the urge to meditation comes spontaneously from inside. That must be a spontaneous one, and not from the arbitrary decision of the mind. Everything is inward. That only meditation can show, not external education. Concentration is a precise goal or to helpful the development. That is what next process of meditation. Thank you.